Hey guys, French per here, and there we are. It's been some months, and I've updated all of my builds, so it's going to be a build video. I will go over each character fairly quickly because there is a lot of them now, and yeah, I won't go too much into details. If you want details, then you probably should just check out some videos related to the character in particular, where I do go into details. So yeah, obviously if you're not prestige, because as you can see here I am prestige with some characters, I will give you as well a version of the build which works if you're not prestige. Basically I will just take off the extra points I have, and yeah, there we go. So how do we start with? Let's just start from the bottom, right? Because the game somehow, like if you go, I like to think as every leader is almost S tier. I mean, either S tier or close to it. And you know, when you get to the bottom, it gets more difficult. So first blacksmith. So because I will go with each and every of them. I will try to um, speak about what's related to their abilities in particular. Otherwise, it will all be the same, build. So, yeah. So blacksmith. So blacksmith is someone who really relies on melee. He has become a bit weak during this meta because he can't hold a gun. He can't hold a gun for his teammates, he can't hold a gun to be able to shoot a car and drain energy from the demon, which is super bad if you find yourself alone as blacksmith. You basically, the demon can just take away your car, and then you will have to run after the car, and the demon will just die with you. So we have a very difficult but alright, so Shem's Plus maxed out, extremely important with every healer. Outflow Dodger here, 15% only because I really needed the points. Weapon Master 200, super important to me. Max damage I believe is very important here. Balance bar obviously. The last word, only 1 out of 3. I would like to go 2, but for this I would need the prestige, which I believe I'm very close to, yeah? Very close. So, Tough Van Hell, 3%. You could switch the build a little bit here, and maybe, just maybe, really, find a way to max this out. If you're not confident and you're not necessarily the best at dodging, I'm not, but I'm kind of greedy, so I like to put my points in damage, as you have here, damage with heavy melee attacks, and yeah. So, yeah, and then very simple here, Shem's Plus, what the fuck, sorry. No, first aid, 1 out of 3, Deep Pocket, Shem's Cola, and Packing Pop maxed out, so I don't need to loot as much. If I don't find a lot of colas, it's okay. It's not a problem. So yeah, that's it for Blacksmith. Now David. I do not play David. Okay. So I don't know. I think he's good with guns, right? I think his melee damage is really bad. Because some healers have a really good melee damage and some have a better gun damage. And then some of them are like fairly balanced between the two. So Max Shems Plus as always, Outflow Dodger maxed out because I can. 6 stars, yeah, max. Then headshot damage here along with hollow points because as I said, I think he's a gun character and I think his mastery isn't amazing if I'm correct, but I think it does something, and it's also fun to be able to have some DPS in the team as a healer. Not just heal, do more than healing. This is really what I think this character could be about. And then for the rest of the points, I just went with Deep Pocket, Gems Cola, and Packing Pop. Industrial Strength, for extra health, because why not, since I have this maxed out. So yeah, kind of a tanky David with some damage, and again, I don't really like to loot much, I like to be efficient, you know, so that's why I really rely on this tool here when I can. It's fairly important to me. And if I found an extra cola, I will remember the location and go back to pick it up later. So, another healer, oh my, Pablo. So Pablo, hmm, Pablo. Pablo, a lot of people think he sucks. I think he is better than that. So Pablo is he is a healer who kind of relies on his amulets a bit. I suck at Pablo. I'm sorry. We just go over the build really quick. I don't play Pablo, so it's yeah. There might be a build for him. There might be a bit for him really if you just take away that, then go and do something like that. I don't know. Honestly. Just, you tell me guys. I know it's my video, but I don't know everything and it's okay, you know. So I won't just bullshit you into a build. But anyways, standard build here, Shabs again with balance bar, damage with headshots because he sucks with melee. Like he's not, like when you wear this outfit, honestly, you see those arms, you just wanna melee stuff. But you should not. His melee damage sucks compared to other healers as well. He has a good gun damage though. So you should go with damage, gun damage if damage is interesting to you. Otherwise, just take away damage and go with support stuff. Up to you there. I don't even have that. So yeah, boom, boom, boom. That's my build with him. Fairly simple. Okay, now Cheryl. Cheryl, a super reliable healer, in my opinion. What did I do with her? So, Mike Shams Plus, amazing with her, along with, yeah, contact healing. Combined with that, it's even better than it already is. Outful Dodger, maxed out, seeing stars, tough heaven hell here, you know, same as usual. Hollow points 2 out of 3 only, just like I have 2 out of 3 here, just because I really wanted her to be kind of a little bit of a speedrunner. She is like this kind of healer. If you ever see me play her, which I usually don't, I just wanna do good. I wanna heal my teammates, and I just wanted to have fast forward maxed out with her, just to make her a little bit different. You know, I think it's nice to have a different playstyle with each healer. And yeah, I still have some damage here. I believe it's still fairly good, a good mix of headshot and yeah, much damage. And then the usual first aid, deep pocket, Shabs cola, and backing pop. So now we go to my my favorite healer, Hirash. So I changed my build because I reached Prestige 2 recently, and I have something cool here. So Mike Shams, Mike Stamina, balance bar, headshots. Melee damage as well because he is different. He heals when okay, yeah, so you heal teammates when you melee with heavy melee attacks. And because of that I have Mike's devastating force. However, I did not want to rely on stopping power and waste points here to get to that, so I simply didn't do that. I also have a good gun damage because I think his ability right there, you know, which gives him 20% extra damage with firearms, makes him quite relevant. You know, against bosses, against some units, it's really useful and fun both to have some range damage with him. Super fun, really super fun. And that I think is enough to make his ability very useful. I also have this for the melee. You know, at book I will prioritize meleeing with a sledgehammer, stun locking with a sledgehammer, other than shooting. Shooting is more of a damage thing. Then I decided to go with first aid 2 out of 3. I will tell you why, and not packing pop, because the playstyle of having first aid maxed out if possible, I guess my next prestige. So the playstyle with first aid is simple. If you do not want to waste a champ because he doesn't have many champs, just let people die, let them die, it's okay. You know, if you have decent teammates and you are decent yourself, obviously, you should be able to get the revive and then use first aid and save a champ for this player. Especially if this player likes to die often, it's better to not waste a champ and use an ability here, you know. So that's why I have first aid on him. He's kind of my sweetie here. I play more serious with him. Okay, next. Now the hunters. So I do not play her. However, I know she's just all about damage. So hollow points, weak splitter, you know, same as usual. Balanced bar damage here. Fear are extremely important. Out for dodger, maxed out and not staying power. Personal reasons, I would say. I will not go over the details as I said. Deadly up close, that's the best to me, and last chance, which hopefully I will get maxed out for her since she's so much about damage. But yeah, so there we go for Amanda, super quick. I don't play her. Now my favorite hunter. I kill it just because she looks cool. So damage, balance bar, fear. Oh yeah, fear. Anti-fear here as well, like therapy, super cool to play. This I decided to go with 0 honestly because the boss meta is kind of gone a little bit, so I don't think we need that anymore as hunters, but this is still super helpful. Okay, if you're not prestige, very simple, do this. Boom, 3 points, you see, simple. I could max this out here and take away a point here, but no, I think it's better like this. So yeah, that's my killing build. Oh, yeah. Alright, next one. Okay, now we have this dude whose name is okay, I forgot. Ed. Oh yeah, Ed. Yeah, okay. So now I'm supposed to give you a build and I don't even know his name, yeah? So all the points, I mean, my standard hunter build. Damage, balance bar, anti-fear, you know, just enough. Damage, stamina maxed out, very simple. Yeah. So that's it for my head build, super short, but yeah, it is how it is. Now Ash, super strong character in this meta, a little bit slightly boring if you already played him a good amount, I would say. I found Kelly kind of cooler because of the bleeding. You know, it makes the games more fun. Anyways, so with him, he's prestige 2. Honestly, I think in this meta I can just be nasty and do that. You know what? Yeah. So as always, damage, balance bar. Anti-fear right there. Out through the gem maxed out once again. Deadly up close. Oh, so with him, it's even more important. Deadly up close fits the double barrel mastery, alright? And this as well. The second shot of your double barrel will be super nasty with this. Super nasty. I heard there is a possibility of making a dismemberment build with him, which is fairly strong, but completely useless against ball. So that's, I think, out of the equation for a while, and I went back with a simple damage build. So yeah, very good. That's my Hunter Ash build. Possibly with my next prestige, I might use that. We'll see. Oh, and if you're not prestige, take away that. Very simple. Alright, now Mia. Mia, very disappointing character who kept getting nerfed throughout the updates. With a leader, I think she could be fun, any leader, boosting her damage a little bit, but otherwise she got nerfed and it's really sad to me. So with her I decided to go anti-fear build. This might seem a little bit it might seem not to make sense, but with her I like to manage my fear at a level where it gives me a good amount of damage, because you don't have to have it maxed out to have crazy damage, you know. All you need to do is to have like half of where is it? Yeah, yeah, half of the stacks you can get basically. All right. So yeah. Yeah, basically, we've heard just don't make the mistake to have your fear too high. Try to manage it. Try to lower it as often as you can. Just not to zero though. That's a little difference. All right. And use your ultimate when there is a lot of enemies and you know that your fear will go back to half or even lower than that. That's kind of what she's about. You don't want to have your fear maxed out and keep getting controlled, and you know then your fear goes back to zero and be a problem to your team. Your abilities tells you to have a lot of fear all the time, but then there is managing your fear too. Anyways, so fear no evil breed, fairly unusual, but it does work for me. Outflow Dodger maxed out, very important for me as a warrior. Devastating Force, yeah. Also yeah, balance bar damage. Here, okay, Blunt Force Trauma. But Blunt Force Trauma along with Weapon Master two-handed for the Sledgehammer meta. If I want to use a Sledgehammer and stun everything super quick, particularly at book, those are my tools. Those are my tools, very important to me. Yeah, I would like to max this out, but because I went with the fear I cannot. So yeah, balance bar, 2 out of 3 on both here, just so I can be a little, I can be useful with anything I found on the floor. Any weapon is good, because if I had this like that, the one-handed weapons wouldn't be as good, which would be a little bit boring. Maybe at some point I will switch back, you know, like I could switch back like this. This is very good too. 1 out of 3 still does the job. I believe it still does something. But yeah, I guess I could simply go with that. So yeah, that's it for my Mia build. Oh wait, yeah, sorry. Okay, if you're not prestige, boom, boom, boom. Very, very simple. And then you could take away 2 opponents here, or 2 opponents here. Your pick, depending on your preference. If you wanna play with the machete, or if you wanna go with the sledgehammer safe meta, yeah. So now, Henry. Well, I don't play Henry, so yeah, simple build here, 2 out of 3. Yeah, Henry sucks. No offense, good. I don't like Henry. No, fuck his build. Another day. Okay, Scotty. So I've been playing Scotty these days, and he's quite fun. And I've changed his build a little bit. So I did reach Prestige 2, and this is my build with Prestige 2 right here. The last one maxed out. 2 out of 3 fighting shape. Heavy hitter maxed out. Weapon Master 200 maxed out. So a lot of damage, as you can see, because of that right here. To make it even better and to really make Scotty a character who is about killing stuff super quick. And well, I can die super quick as well. I'm not very tanky, but I like to think that they will die faster. The units I will face will die faster than me, and that's kind of what I'm relying on. Obviously, I have Outflow Dodger here as a little bit of help. So for my survival, you really have to dodge well. You cannot get hit with this bit. You can get hit, but make sure you pick carefully what you get hit by. There are some attacks by some units or some bosses that you should dodge at all costs. So yeah. Oh, and Stunning Strike max out. I decided to max it out because I'm Prestige 2, so I think it becomes really, really good. Super reliable build. If you're not Prestige, I would consider doing that. And then you're good to go. Really, you are perfectly fine. Okay, so that's my Scotty build. Now, Warriors. So Warriors, still my main character. So with him, I went with 2 out of 3 last world. 1 out of 3 fear no evil because of the fear meta. The 5% does help. It does help truly. I also have, yeah, Blunt Force Trauma just like Mia. just because I want to have options. So if I want to go with with a sledgehammer, I have this option thanks to blunt force trauma. This is also useful with the pipe. The pipe is a blunt weapon, so yeah. Oh, and the difference with blunt force trauma and the other abilities you get is it does affect your balance bar damage with light attacks. So just know that light attacks are not that bad. They can be useful, and they should be used sometimes, especially if you have that. So yeah, other than that, 2 out of 3 for the chainsaw, 2 out of 3 for the 200 part of the character, and 2 out of 3 here, fighting shape. You know, fighting shape also boosts both of these when when my health is obviously high and I have a shield on, and that's kind of what I'm relying on. And those are slightly useful because I will get shields just by doing just by doing finishes. Alright, so that's it for Warrior Ash. Now my favorite class, except for Brock. Brock freaking sucks. Don't buy the DLC, guys. I mean, unless you like Pablo, honestly, big disappointment. So Brock is someone who gets stronger and make other characters stronger when they are in his aura. So the aura part to me is fairly important, and I maxed it out. I also maxed out this to have every little bit of damage percent increase I could get for me and my teammates. Every time you put some damage on the leader on this, it boosts 4 people, not just you. Think about it. That's a lot. Quicker cooldown because his ability to me is super useful. It can be clutch as well. Cardio, for his survival, he lacks stamina, so out for dodger as well due to his lack of stamina. Fast forward for a little boost because why not? Sync stars, devastating force, and the last word. So I made him a melee character. I decided to go with melee because I think he does have a good melee damage. Alright, so that's it for Brock. Now Ruby. She's my favorite leader again these days. Actually, not my favorite, no, there is another one. There is another one which I love. But, so good influence, 2 out of 4. If I get a prestige 3, I will max this out. If possible. I think that would be my next thing to go with. Master of Influence maxed out because she really is about damage. That's what she is about, so max it out, just don't think twice. Her ability, you don't really care about having it slightly faster, so I didn't put an extra point here. Cardio, I don't think she needs both, so I went with 1 out of 2 and saved the point right here. Out for dodger, maxed out to make her even better with the dodgers. She has this, where is it? Yeah, stamina regeneration 24%. Thanks to Prestige 1, by the way, super important. And then, stopping power. Okay, so with her I did something special. I have max damage with both guns and melee, just because she's really good with both. So why not? That makes the game more fun, that makes me more useful, and that gives me the freedom to have any playstyle I like with her. I don't know, it's what I decided to go with. I'm trying, and I think it's a fun option. And it's also good. So, 3 about to go. Okay, Arthur. Arthur, my favorite leader by far. So, great influence, 1 out of 4, because if I am meleeing the possession, I believe my teammates should be doing the same thing, and there is no point in giving them extra damage when they're just meleeing bots, okay? So I decided to save my points on this one. Master of Influence maxed out. I do want to have a good damage with him, I really do. Super important to me. 1 out of 2 here. Doesn't make, honestly I tried with both and it doesn't make a difference to have it maxed out or not, sadly. Maybe a slight one, but very slight. Tougher than hell, 1 out of 3. Okay, I have a really fun build with him. Fear no Evil maxed out and Light Therapy maxed out because when I activate my sword here, it is considered a light source. And this is really cool. Every 30 seconds I can reduce my fear, and if you play with me, stay near me if I'm playing Arthur. Do stay near me. Every 30 seconds I will pause your fear. Lower it slightly and pause it for like 15 seconds, which makes a small difference, you know. So yep, Arthur's role in the team I think is really special. He has a lot of damage. He gives a really good boost to the warriors, or even to healers. And he has this fear ability, you know, every 30 seconds you do something cool. And then obviously damage here, you know. This okay. So that's it for Arthur. And then I have Annie. Annie is super cool and super strong without prestige. That's one thing about her. You don't even need to prestige her, and she's so good. Like I don't play her much, but I probably should. She's so fun, honestly. It's a few times I played her, I loved it. So great influence. 2 out of 4. I'm a little bit selfish here. I probably should have 3 out of 4 at least, but that's my playstyle, you know, selfish hunter playstyle. This maxed out for my teammates, I still have that. Deep pockets ammo super important to me because I play her like a hunter. Simple. Good dodging, running, 1 out of 2. Stopping power, here I have it maxed out just because with her I actually rely on stunlocking with a double barrel or broomstick, possibly at the book. So this is why I have it maxed out just in case. And then seeing stars for the sledgehammer meta. This is yeah. I guess I could take away that and do this, and then at the book play only with a sledgehammer. But I like to think she's very special with because of her extra 15% here. Yeah. So yeah, that's it for Annie. Super cool character. Now, Lidrash. Lidrash, one of the best characters, you know, in the meta. So good influence, 3 out of 4. I think it's good enough. You know, his boost, you know, giving anti-fear with LGF ground as an even big booster is very important these days. So I think great influence 3 out of 4 is important. Master of Influence 4 out of 4, more damage, as much as I can give. Deep pocket ammo just because I like to use him like a hunter actually. I do not use melee with him because he does not actually have a mastery. He just starts with a chainsaw, which gives him good dismemberment. But nothing here tells you to play with melee instead of guns. That's what I know. You should do finishers, but you don't need to have melee damage to do finishers. Or dismemberment, and for dismemberment you don't need to have extra melee damage either. So I believe you have a choice. And since guns do more damage, I decided to go with a gun build for him. And I find it really useful. I do a lot of damage, like so much, especially if I have a healer Ash with me or another Ash basically. So, yeah. That's what I decided to do with it. So yeah. So that's it for the video, guys. Hopefully this will be useful to you, and you know, try out some of those builds. They're specific to my playstyle and might not fit yours. Maybe you could adjust it, change a few, you know, put a few points here and there instead of where I have them, and make this build more fitting to your playstyle. But yeah, again, hope this was useful, and see you next video.